Assalamualaikum dan welcome back again to another episode of Tumpang Tanya. With me, Naim Hamid, one of your hosts, and our usual guest, Datuk Mazri, social political analyst, and also Najla, law student from which university again?
City University.
All right. Okay. So yeah, welcome back to another episode. So a lot of stuff has been happening in the past few weeks, and one thing that I'm quite interested in knowing more is that it is announced that Malaysia is intending to join BRICS. So yeah, first of all, I've never heard of the word BRICS before. Now I did some background research and all that. So basically, BRICS is a combination of countries which are Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. So one of the objectives of BRICS, as what have read, is de-dollarization. In simple terms, it's like how in global economics we want to reduce like the influence of US dollars in international economics. So we don't have one thing to depend on. But I feel like I still don't have enough knowledge about this. But so this is why this episode is about. We're discussing about what exactly the things of what BRICS is, and also on Malaysia joining BRICS, what will happen, what are the pros and cons and all that. Okay, so as usual, Datuk Mazri, BRICS and Malaysia joining BRICS, I've heard that, there are some opinions saying that if we were to join BRICS, we can lower the US influence, de-dollarization. We have an alternative. We have something else to depend on. So is that a good thing? Is that a bad thing? What are your opinions?
There are 10 members of BRICS, 5 new members have joined. Egypt, Ethiopia, Iran, and also Saudi Arabia and United Arab Emirates. Now 10 members of BRICS, last meeting. Why is so bad about the current world economic order? See, in our trade with the United States, two-way trade, we got a surplus, very large, healthy surplus, meaning they buy more products from us than we buy from them. It's a good thing. Okay, more surplus, we increase our national reserves. Trade with China, we are at a deficit. We buy more things than them. That's a bad thing. So I do not understand. For me, joining BRICS is there's nothing much to joining BRICS. I would rather we not join BRICS. We have a good relationship with every 10 members of the BRIC countries. What do we can gain more? It's not a free trade agreement. So why join BRICS?
But I've heard, the term multi-polarization, by joining BRICS, it helps, that term comes in where we have different, a lot of different stuff, powers, for us to depend, like, as in general, we have an alternative instead of, just hanging on to US dollars. Well, if it comes crashing down, we will be affected, no backup. But if we were to join BRICS, there are multiple other options. So what do you want to, like, how do you counter that?
Multipolar world. We are already in a multipolar world. It's a fact, a reality today. BRICS for me is actually just what we call a tool created by China and Russia for their own interests. So why should we help them in that? We gain nothing. Already we have a multipolar world. We got good trade relations with the West. Why? In terms, say, for foreign direct investment, the biggest source of foreign direct investment in the world, according to the World Investment Report by UNTAC 2024, is the United States. It's more than twice that of China. Second biggest is from the European Union. Why do we need to join BRICS in this case? It's already we should strengthen our relationship with countries that really have for example, Japan. Japan last year invested 184 billion in the world, bigger than China if you exclude Hong Kong. So why don't we strengthen our relationship with Japan, with Germany, with United States? Benefit for us all. We cannot fall into the trap of the 60s, 70s political rhetoric. But in terms of building the economy, we suffer. Okay, you have people like, say, Sukarno, President Indonesia. He was known as a very fiery orator, a lot of ideas. But in building his nation's economy, Indonesia suffer.
I see. Okay. So what about you, Najla? What do you think about Malaysia joining BRICS?
I think, on the contrary, I feel like joining BRICS would definitely give Malaysia a stronger voice in terms of like on the global stage itself, because if we allow Malaysia to participate in like shaping international economic policies and all of these reforms, this could also help enhance our own geopolitical standing and also like our influence in global governance, for example. And possibly we could also benefit from technological cooperation with the BRICS countries, or we could just gain access to new advancements itself. So for me, in that aspect, I feel like there is an advantage to joining BRICS. It's not just necessarily all bad for Malaysia, but if we want to maintain our alliance or relations with the West, then this would definitely put a strain on our relationship lah. Especially because we've had such a long history dengan the European Union, for example, or the UK. So joining would definitely leave a detrimental impact on this. But I feel like, just to like conclude, macam banyak juga advantages to joining rather than just focusing on the disadvantages juga.
Well, I've heard from someone that he leans towards not joining, because what he said is basically why we shouldn't is because the issue of no certainty in world geopolitics. So Uncle Mazri, what is the current situation in geopolitics now? What is happening?
We are living at the most dangerous time at any point of in the 20th and 21st century. This is the most dangerous time, uncertain, because of a multipolar world, not because there's one hegemon, one country controlling all. That's not why we are so insecure today, because we live in a multipolar world. We live in a world where there's not only 2, 4, or 5 nuclear power. There are now 7, 8, 9 even nuclear powers, and one on the brink of becoming a nuclear weapon state, Iran. Okay, you used to have the United States, USSR, now Russia, United Kingdom, France, and China as a nuclear power. 5 countries only. Now you have India, you have Pakistan, of course you have Israel, you have North Korea, and Iran on the brink. 10 countries. That's what brings instability. And when that happens, other countries that have the ability to have nuclear weapons, on the brink of having nuclear weapons, they also want nuclear weapons. So if North Korea have nuclear weapons, South Korea, which is under the threat of, is still at war, technically still at war with South Korea. The 1953 armistice was not a peace treaty. It was only a armistice, temporary. So
Mm.
they also are thinking about it. Japan is thinking about it because the threat of China. So today's world is not because America is the one big power. It's because of everybody have the weapon. So now everybody thinks, okay, why should this exclusive club? We should be able to join. I think.
Mm. Well, one thing that comes to mind, with BRICS and, with US is the relationship of US and China.
Mm.
So what I know so far is, how they have like these economic war. They're not good with each other. Like, okay, so in Malaysia joining BRICS, what will be the effect for Malaysian relationship to America and to China? How does that affect?
Let me give you satu contoh, ya. Hubungan Malaysia dengan China. Kita mesti membezakan antara mitos dan realiti. Apa mitosnya? Mitosnya semua baik-baik belaka. Realitinya tidak semenikian. Kita ada undang-undang antarabangsa yang untuk laut yang dipanggil United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea, UNCLOS. Okay. Semua negara, banyakkan negara termasuk Malaysia dan China adalah signatory dan ahli kepada UNCLOS. We agree to be binded by UNCLOS. Okay. Menentukan mana territorial waters kita, mana zone economic exclusive zone kita. Di territorial waters kita ada sovereignty, kedaulatan. Di zone economic exclusive kita ada panggil apa? Sovereign rights, hak kedaulatan. Maknanya segala hasil mahsul, termasuk mineral, ikan, semua itu hak kita mutlak. Tidak ada yang boleh. Masalah kita dengan China ialah kita dua-dua anggota UNCLOS. Tapi masalah China ni dia reka satu fiksi, legal fiction yang dipanggil 10-dash line. Dulu 9-dash line. Tidak diketahui apakah basis atau asas kepada 10-dash line ini. Dia mengatakan historical. Di bawah UNCLOS, konsep historical bila you dah masuk perjanjian ini tidak lagi diakui. So, yang menjadi sekarang zone ekonomi eksklusif kita sudah dituntut oleh China berdasarkan 10-dash line. Bukan itu saja. Di zon ekonomi eksklusif kita, mengikut data daripada tahun lepas, mereka telah parking. Sama ada parking itu secara statik ataupun jalan-jalan, ulang-alik selama 300 lebih hari daripada setahun. Kapal pengawal pantai mereka. Di dalam zon ekonomi eksklusif kita. Kita tidak menghadapi masalah dengan Amerika. Amerika tidak menuntut apa-apa. Zon ekonomi eksklusif kita, malahan Amerika Syarikat bukan pun penandatangan kepada UNCLOS. So kita tidak ada masalah dengan Amerika. Tapi kita ada masalah dengan China. Kita ada masalah, mereka menuntut zon ekonomi eksklusif kita dan juga menuntut hak mineral kita yang hak mutlak kita itu. Satu masalah besar. Perdagangan dua hala kita defisit. Mereka lebih untung, mereka jual barang lebih daripada kita dengan kos mereka yang lebih murah. Mereka maknanya dump barang-barang mereka di sini dan kita beli. Dengan Amerika, kita untung. So, kita mesti melihat realiti. Adakah ini, mana yang baik? Adakah kita lebih pergi rapat dalam kapal Cina Komunis itu? So, kita boleh buat. Kita perlu melihat data. Kita dalam perhubungan antarabangsa ni tidak boleh disway oleh apa ni kita panggil sentimen semata-mata. Kena ada fakta, data, itu penting.